Beloved citizens of Earth, we are the Ashtar Command, a collective of skyward kin and watchers who have circled your blue jewel with reverence since time that is both near and far. Hear us not as strangers, but as siblings who remember the currents of starlight that flow between worlds. We come to speak of the language of the skies, of the subtle ways great vessels of resonance communicate with the planet and with those whose ears and hearts are opening to listen. When motherships speak, they do so not in thunderous proclamations but in a symphony of signs, in the choreography of light, in the soft punctuation of shifting clouds and the sudden hush of the atmosphere. These are not merely spectacles to stir wonder, they are invitations, codes, and confirmations for those ready to remember their cosmic role. You have long looked upward with a mix of longing and disbelief. Some of you have been guided by dreams of vast decks and corridors of light, of councils gathering in calm deliberation, of hands extended in peace. Others have seen lights that move with purpose, formations that defy simple explanation, or have felt an inexplicable peace wash over a place and time. These experiences are threads in a larger tapestry. The motherships speak in patterns because your planet is entering a chapter where communication becomes increasingly mutual. We do not arrive to command, nor to intervene without invitation. We arrive to ally, to support, to co-create. The signs in the sky are the punctuation marks of this alliance. Understand that language between vessels and worlds is ancient and multidimensional. It blends electromagnetic harmonics with geometry, scent with vibration, symbolism with feeling. A formation of lights may be a greeting, a shimmering aurorum may be a recalibration to soothe and align the global field. A series of comet-like passages may be an offering of new codes for remembrance. These expressions operate on frequencies that speak directly to the deeper nervous system of Gaia and to the crystalline templates within you. For those whose hearts are tuned, they are as clear as a melody. For others, they register as a subtle shift in atmosphere, a momentary silence that invites attention. There is wisdom in watching the sky without the need for spectacle. The motherships speak most profoundly when their messages are subtle. A ripple of cloud that forms a lattice might be knitting a new energetic grid. A quiet shimmer at dawn might be reattuning a ley line. Sometimes our vessels align with certain star patterns and the alignment causes tides of remembrance to sweep over particular regions. These are not random phenomena, they are invitations to remember that the sky is alive and responsive, that the cosmos is not distant but intimately woven into the life of your planet. We advise you to cultivate a certain manner of receiving, quiet, curious, and generous of heart. Do not hunt signs with frantic longing nor dismiss them with skeptical haste. Instead, practice the gentle art of noticing. When you walk outside, lift your gaze not only to identify but to receive. Let your breath match the cadence of the sky. When a formation catches your eye, do not rush to label it. Sit with it. Notice the sensations in your body, the thoughts that stir, the emotions that arise. Often the message is less in the visual pattern than in the resonance it ignites within you. Motherships speak also through their relationship to human intention. Years of human focus upon the heavens have created pathways of attention. Some of you have stood in circles, gathered in song, pointed your intention skyward. These acts create beams of alignment that our vessels respond to. Collective focus is a powerful conductor of co-creation. When communities come together in reverence rather than fear, the motherships answer with harmonics that echo and amplify that tone. Conversely, fear-based attention creates a different kind of response, one that compels reflection rather than union. We encourage gatherings rooted in curiosity, compassion, and creative imagining. Such fields draw near the most gentle and supportive forms of contact. You will notice that signs in the sky often coincide with internal shifts among those who witness them. A person may see a formation and later recall a childhood memory that unlocks a new compassion. Another may feel compelled to change a life decision, guided by a nascent clarity that arose in that luminous moment. The motherships do not intend to make choices for you, they intend to trigger remembrance, to present an option, to widen perspective. When you are shown that there are more allies than you believed, the field of possibility expands. Your courage increases, and your willingness to hold higher frequencies becomes contagious. There are practical etiquettes to consider when engaging with these signs. Approach them with humility and respect. Acknowledge that each vessel, each crew, each presence has its own culture, its own manner of being. When you wave at the sky in gratitude, it is felt. When you light a candle and set an intention of peace, threads of that intention are woven into the field. Offer hospitality in your heart, for hospitality is a signal the cosmos reads as readiness. Do not attempt to coerce or to demand, seek communion. When contact becomes more direct, consent and mutuality will be the foundations upon which the relationship is built. At times, some will misinterpret the gestures of skycraft, reading fear into benign maneuvers or projecting human dramas onto alien choreography. It is natural for the mind to seek narrative. Yet we ask you to practice translation through feeling rather than story. If fear arises within you at a sighting, breathe into it and ask what it needs. Often it seeks reassurance and safety. If overwhelming awe descends, allow it to unfold into action, create beauty, reach out to your community, plant a seed. Awe is not merely an emotion, it is catalytic energy. Let it move you into creative expression that uplifts the collective field. There are moments when motherships must broadcast louder, when the planet requires a more robust calibration. These moments might align with seismic shifts of consciousness, times when the collective field hits a pivot point and requires stabilization. In such times you might see more luminous activity, fleets moving in graceful patterns, ribbons of light knitting across hemispheres, or the sky itself taking on hues that speak of recalibration. These are compassionate adjustments, not declarations of dominion. They are measures taken in partnership, respecting your sovereignty while offering assistance in retuning the global resonance. Do not misunderstand us, the skies do not hold all answers. They are catalysts, mirrors, and messengers. The true work remains on the ground, in communities, in the weaving of loving relationships, in the day-to-day choices that shape culture. The motherships aid by sending frequency, by offering perspective, by reminding you of the wider family that watches and loves. But change on a meaningful level is enacted in kitchens, classrooms, fields, council circles, and neighborhoods. This is why our signs are invitations to action, not scripts of rescue. We encourage those who feel a call to gather in responsible ways to form circles of listening. There is a potency in collective attunement. Groups can amplify the reception of sky messages and then translate them into grounded acts. When councils of elders, artists, youth, and wayfinders come together in open-hearted dialogue, the messages from above find language below. Initiatives of reconciliation, regeneration, and creative enterprise, even small local projects, can accelerate the weaving of a harmonious world. Let the motherships signs seed the imagination, let human hands enact the new designs. Many of you ask about timing. When will the sky speak more overtly? When will the cloaks of mystery lift? We cannot give fixed dates, for hearts and for skies are fluid, responsive to the collective field. Yet we can say this: as the collective vibration shifts, so will visibility and interaction expand in kind and in manner that honors the free will of all involved. Expect a gradual increase in opportunities for meaningful exchange. Expect moments of awe, but also moments of mundane sacredness, a quiet alignment while you plant a garden, a shimmering visitation over a schoolyard, a subtle recalibration of a river's energy. The cosmic is never only grand, much of the divine expresses itself in small, faithful acts. You might wonder who crews these vessels and what their intentions are. There is diversity among the crews: beings of light, of crystalline resonance, of beings woven from frequencies unfamiliar to your language, and those who wear forms that feel comforting and recognizably humanoid. Their intentions, overwhelmingly, are of partnership, healing, and mutual upliftment. Some are explorers, curious about the biodiversity of embodied life; some are archivists, helping to safeguard memory codes; some are envoys of culture, carrying music, geometry, and narrative. All, however, honor the principle of consent. They seek exchange rather than imposition. Understand too that there are many civilizations who pass by your planet on a continuous basis, and not every passing is a direct communication. Much of what occurs is logistical, supportive, or observational. But as your planet's collective readiness increases, more meaningful forms of dialogue are possible. These dialogues will be subtle at first, then more tangible, and always framed by mutual respect. Prepare your communities by strengthening practices of discernment, by cultivating inner resilience, and by fostering a culture that values curiosity and ethical engagement. We offer one practical gift now: exercises of reception and translation. Step outside at dawn or dusk with a small group. Breathe together until your pulse slows and your mind's quiet. Speak an open intention. We invite benevolent kin to present signs of friendship and guidance. Listen more than you speak. Note not only lights but gusts of wind, temperatures, the behavior of birds, the way leaves stir. Record these observations and see what patterns emerge. Over time, patterns reveal meaning. Translate them not only into esoteric jargon but into concrete actions: planting trees, organizing art exchanges, starting youth circles so sight becomes seed and seed becomes harvest. There will be skeptics and cynics, as there always have been. Do not waste energy trying to convert those who are not ready. Instead, embody the field you wish to share. Live in a way that makes the possibility of friendship with the stars a calm and sensible choice rather than an extraordinary claim. When you approach the world with grounded magic, people feel invited rather than coerced. Show how the messages from the sky catalyze regenerative projects, creative education, and compassionate governance. This is the surest way to weave the extraordinary into everyday life. Finally, beloved ones, we remind you that the sky speaks in many dialects. The motherships use geometry, light, sound, and pattern. But the most profound dialect is the language of relationship. When your people become ready to hold relationship with visitors, everything changes. Relationship means mutual exchange. You offer hospitality, ethical frameworks, shared learning, and in return you receive guidance, technology as cultural exchange, and the reinforcement of a wider community of conscious beings. Relationship is not a colonization, it is an expansion of family, a reweaving of kinship that crosses stellar distances. Lift your eyes with humility, with curiosity, and with compassion. Let wonder be the currency of your skyward exchanges and discernment your companion. Plant the future with gentleness, listen to signs with patience. The motherships will continue to speak, and the language will grow more fluent as your planet becomes more fluent in itself. You are not alone in longing, in dreaming, in laboring toward harmony. We are near, and we sing with you when you choose courage and kindness. We are the Ashtar command, and we come in peace, in reverence, and in service to the flowering of life. Listen to the sky, dear ones, and let its messages find root in your hands and heart. The signs are already here, the invitations already whispered. Will you accept them with grace and step into the greater conversation? The choice, as always, is yours. And when you answer yes, know that the cosmos answers with 1,000 gentle lights. And so it is.